All right, if you decide to watch this video, I'm going to teach you how to build a website building company where you don't have to build the websites. We're going to find random people here on Fiverr. I actually messaged some people earlier, and we're going to go ahead and get started. So what you need is canva.com. Ultimately, you're going to want a pro version of Canva, unless our website background that we use is going to be white. Because when you download people's logos off of the websites, you're going to have to be able to transparent them if you're not using a white background. So if you have absolutely no money to invest in a business, here's your step-by-step on how you can get started. And then the other part is going to be for the Google Maps. Did you read the books on sales? If you didn't, go back up to the top here. There's going to be a bunch of books for you to read. I'm going to show you the brief version of the exact step-by-step, but you can watch 3 hours of the step-by-step lead generation. It's the same thing, except you're only going for websites. And, you might as well just go after everything. Website, social media, chatbot, Instagram, Facebook, all the other fun stuff. So we're going to get started step-by-step. Now, the very first thing you have to do is just go to Fiverr.com, okay? And I actually messaged somebody earlier. They were in my live. They're a person that's already in my program. So they were asking me, hey, you were going to make a video about this? Yes, I was. So here's your first word for word. Hey, I'm starting a website building company in the US. The reason that we say the US is because they're from Pakistan, right? So the first thing to understand is it's a hit or miss on these platforms, right? You've got the options to do these three. So I'm going to show you all three of them. Now, number one, we can use Wix. Number two, we can use WordPress. Wix is going to be your most basic build, which are going to be very easy and cheap. Your Squarespace are going to be your more expensive website builds. They can hold a lot more. So, and you're going to find people that do a very great job at what they do. So, first things first, what do we message the people that are going to be building our websites? Hey, I'm starting a website building company in the US. I was wondering if you want to work together, right? You could say whatever the hell you want right there. I was wondering if this. I was wondering if that. You use your own words there. But as long as you say, hey, I'm building a website building company, I'll get the leads. I just need someone to build the websites. Would you be interested? Okay, and they're going to say, yes, of course. Oh, can you brief me on this? Thank you so much. They're always going to be interested in taking the work, 99% of the time. So let me give you an example of the person right here. So I told them this, and then I was like looking for long-term relationship here, not in dating, in business, obviously, but same thing. Copy paste. Hey, I'm looking to start a website business. Hey, thank you so much for contacting me. I have this, I have this, I have this. You could share whatever you like most, blah, 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 right? But the first thing about building your business is that you, in this specific space, are going to need examples of other people to look at your website. They're going to want to see a templates. They're going to want to see a whole bunch of different things. Like, okay, like what are the normal websites you look like? What do they look like? This is how you tell what they look like. So, sure, let me send you. I'll be bringing in the clients, and you'll have to fulfill them. Sure, that sounds great to work together. You will definitely like my work. They're always going to tell you that, like you will love my work, or you will like my work, or the work that I do you will love, and your team will think it's great. Just ignore that stuff. That's just normal. But as you notice, Pakistan here, we go over here, Pakistan. It's where a lot of them are going to be coming from because that's just where the website building on Fiverr on the top people are coming from, right? So now what we do is we send this. Okay, script. There you go. Pause. There's your script. Use that script. And then they're going to say this stuff. Let them know that you're doing the examples. Have the fulfillment here. Sweet. They need website examples from me. She sends me website examples. Then you say, is it okay if I send these to the potential, P-O-T-E-N-T-I-L, clients? I need them to think I built them, but I want you to build them. And then you got to think about verbiage. I just want to get sales, period, right? That right there, all you're doing is you can't really be like, yo, can I use all these results for myself, right? You can ask that straight up, but you don't want to just always ask that straight up. So now, first step, if you got pen and paper, if you're actually smart, you're writing these things down. Step number one, go on Fiverr, okay? Go on Fiverr.com. Type in Wix, Squarespace, or WordPress. Hit search. Okay. Seller's details. Level 2 seller, English. Hit apply. We're going to do this step by step. And then now think about delivery time. Do you want somebody who's going to take 7 days to build your websites? Do you want to take somebody who's going to take 3 days or 24 hours? Price is always going to go up. So in this case, we're going to do up to 3 days, which means the delivery time turnaround is going to be really good. And what that means is that there's a high likelihood that, just look at the prices, okay? Think about this, okay? You can pay a virtual assistant to work for your company for $400 a month. A month. I mean, showing up every day and using a sales script and following the sales script. They charge $570 for a website. Here with the Plus, they charge $195 with the starter. So think about $400 a week is what you could pay to have a person work a lot, or these people are making $195 a pop, and they've got one in the queue right now. So they've got one order ahead of you, 3 days delivery, 5 days delivery, 7 days delivery. So just pay attention to that. Pay attention to the delivery times. Pay attention to the revisions. That's really important. Unlimited revisions for $450, which would be, okay, you don't have to worry about the website sucking and then you being screwed, not being able to do anything about it, right? That's the worst part. So now what we're looking at on here is just seller details, delivery time. Now we have that in place. We want to know when we're going to get our websites and if we're getting quality websites. So all we do is we go into here. I already contacted this seller, right? So we're going to go in here, click ask a question. We're going to copy this out of here. And people, they might not reply because they're sleeping, but we're going to go out of here. We're going to just find one of these random ones on here, like top rated seller. So this is MJ, whatever agency. So you could find out if this is a person that has an actual agency or not. You can see $795 for a website build over here, 11 orders in the queue. So that's great. So we're going to ask a question. Boom. Hey, I was starting a website building company in the US. I was wondering if you want to work together. I'll get the leads. I'll make the, yeah, so I will, and I say that because this guy's US, I think. Maybe not. I will make the sales, but I need someone to build the websites. Would you be interested? Send. They're going to say yes. Nobody's going to say no to money. This is what they choose to do with their lives. This guy's in the United States. No, this guy's not in the United States. Is he? I can tell you in 1 second. Just scroll down real fast. And he's in the United States. So sweet. He might have a marketing agency here in the United States. I'm the founder of the MAJ agency. So you'd even be able to go connect directly with that agency if you wanted, which would mean just right click, Google search the agency. If they have an actual agency, boom, there they are. Give them a call. They build websites. There you go. You know, you can just straight up call that person, have a conversation with them, let them know you're doing what you're doing, and boom, there you go. You got someone that's going to fulfill your orders for you. So now that's where you're going to start to get the people that are going to work for you. Random people on an outsourcing website. And I assure you, these people make a lot of money. So think about it. If you ever watched a TV commercial where it said Fiverr, there you go. That's the Fiverr.com. So that's your copy and paste. You're just going to send that to every single person that comes through. So just go into the inbox, go right here. Just follow this, pause it, read it. Hey, starting this. Sure. Boom. Can I see websites? Now, once you start getting a list of people giving you websites, just use your brain. Think of this. Watch. I'm going to open 1, 2, 3, 4, and I'm going to open this one, 5. I'm going to open 6 of their websites, okay? Now, this person, I can already tell by looking at the lack of favicons here that she's not very good at what she does, right? This is not going to be a person that's going to produce quality work. Your clients are going to be upset. How do I know this? So look at the very top up here. You're going to see these favicons. You see on Fiverr how it says FI, 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 C for Canva, the map for the Google, the YouTube for the YouTube. And you can see hers have Wix up here. So she never updated the favicon, right? She never updated this website. So it's still a Wix.com website. I'm not happy with that at all. That makes me just think straight bullshit, right? So there's that. And on the very bottom, they don't even have social media links, so that's not even a real website. So screw that shit. And then we're gonna X that out. This person right here, they're missing their favicon and they have their home button, which is great. There's a video of that person there, but then let's see if their social media is set. See if this is something real. So this looks like this is something real. He is posting not very often, so you know, hey, if you're into social media, there's a chiropractic lead for you right there. But close that out, close that out. So what you're looking at on these websites is just to see kind of what they look like, just see if there's any like common errors, make sure they're real websites because there's high likelihoods out there that they might not be, right? So click on this right here for the LinkedIn. So make sure that goes over to the actual company. You know, this is 2022. So just look at these before you decide which person you're going to choose, because you're literally going to have an infinite number of people to choose from. So we've got the home right here, Jenkins Management Unlimited. Same thing. Scroll down to the bottom, just check. See, look, that link doesn't work. None of these links work on the bottom. So right there, those are discrepancies with this builder. So that's not good, right? And then same thing here. Scroll to the bottom. You gotta. This is another one. Same thing here. Look, copy paste template discrepancy. Not very happy with the quality of this person's work. And then they also sent me a website that isn't even loaded. So this person right here, what I'm going to do is I'm going to hit these action buttons over here, and I'm going to label this person as an add label no, and or what you can do is just straight up delete. So just delete them out of the inbox, so you don't even have to worry about them. I go with deleting because fuck that bullshit. So now you're just going to sit here and message people, right? You're going to want to message probably 50, 60, 70, 80. This person said, hi, what platform? What is this? Hi, what platform do you mean? Scale online. I don't know what the hell this person's talking about. But anyways, this is what you're sending. You're sending this, and then you're going to look through the website examples they send you, find out off of the website examples they send you if they're worthwhile. You know, this guy has some pretty good stuff right here. So let's make sure like Moo Moo Farms is actually real, right? View gig. So let's see if Moo Moo Farms is something. All right, let me go here. Moo Moo Farms. Is this an actual place? Is Moo Moo Farms something? I don't know, because it doesn't look like it is. So that's the stuff you got to be looking at whenever you go through these websites. Of course, they're going to be able to build websites for you, but at the end of the day, like Moo Moo Farms, who is Moo Moo Farms? So all rights reserved by Moo Moo Farms. Well, why is it when I Google Moo Moo Farms, I don't see anything, right? So that's the stuff you got to be aware of whenever you go into things. Maybe it's this one. So do your research with these people, because it's just like trying to find like Moo Moo Farms. Is this Moo Moo Farms? I have no clue. If this is, look at this. This is a WordPress website that you would be able to pitch a person on a rebuild. And this is the information that you'd be putting in front of them, which would be the example websites that they've built. Like, hey, check out our portfolio. Look, like, so all of his stuff looks good, but that's what you got to be aware of. Is it real, or is it just, you know, these random things? Because anybody can build this stuff. This is not hard, but you don't want to be stuck building, because you need to be stuck in the sales process. If you're building and selling, what's going to happen is that you're spending your time and you're spending your energy, and then you create this space for other people. You need to be spending your time. Somebody else needs to be spending their energy, and then that space gets created. So be very aware of your time, because your time is valuable, right? Time is everything. It's like you've learned that people that don't have time have what? Figure it out. So Fiverr, this is your outsource network. These are all your people. If you want, use Upwork.com. You can just type in Upwork right here. You can spell it completely wrong. Click on their ad, charge them some money, and then just go over here to Upwork.com. Do the same thing. Message people. It's the same system. So now that we have Fiverr out of the way, we have our portfolio. We're gonna start yanking stuff off of here and putting it on the website, right? So now I deleted that girl. Crap. Let me find a logo real fast. Let me go back here. History. Let me open up this one, right? Process improvement consultants. So what we're going to do, if they authorize that you can present these examples to people, sweet. So what we're going to do is we're going to copy this image off of here, right? Now you can build out, we'll show you the audit process really quickly. The audit process is actually the 3 hours of lead generation. So just go watch that, and then you'll understand this. But what we would do here is we type in logo, L-O-G-O, okay, and this is why you have to have one of two things on Fiverr. You're either going to want to have a white background when you set up your website, or you're going to want to buy yourself pro version of Canva. So what we do here is we copy that logo off of there, we paste that logo right here, and then boom, that is a portfolio example for you. And then we're just going to download this off of here, right? And you can download it transparent if you have that version. And then whenever we set everything up, we're going to be over here. We're going to go into add. All right, we're going to go to our images. We're going to go to upload from my images. So then boom, now we have the logo on our website. So what you're going to want to do to build out your page, pretty simple. I'm going to right click on here. I'm going to cut this off. I'm going to go to my pages. I'm going to go to manage pages. Okay. I'm going to add a page, and this page is going to be blank page. And then now boom, new page. I'm going to go to manage page. I'm going to name this one our work. You can name it whatever you want. Portfolio, your work, doesn't matter. Once we're on that page, we are going to start filling this page out with all of this information. And this is annoying that it doesn't paste itself, like copy paste or copy design. Oops, paste. Sorry. So this is going to be our portfolio, which are going to be all the website examples that we have. And now when you set these on here, just double click your image. I'm not going to go through Wix for you. You can learn that on YouTube. It is really not that hard. It's just this is the business setup process. So now bam, here is a website that a person can click on. So all you do is click on your link right here and then go to your web address and then go to this website, grab this, copy this, go over here to this and then paste. Bam, done. So now you have your first website that a person is going to come to your website and look at the work that you've done. And now we're going to have like 80, 90 to 100 of these on here. And that's all it is. It's just getting the work in front of the person to the point, and this is where it's called process overload. Where if I put, like, let me show you an example of process overload really fast. Actually, no, just all you got to realize with process overload is if we put 100 examples of websites on here, they're going to click on a few. They're going to scroll through them. They're going to say, oh, what's that? And they click on that one. They're going to scroll through. They're going to click on this one. And if you want to niche specifically, simple. Let's see, food website, enter. There you go. So now I will create a restaurant website. So now you can niche in the food industry if you want, right? We can go into here, car websites. We can niche in the car community. We can do literally anything you want. We can do coffee websites. We can be a coffee shop website building company. Bam, right there. So that's what the stuff that you choose. You pick the one that you know best. If you know more about coffee than you do cars, if you know more about cars than you do food, pick the industry that you believe that you're going to be able to serve best. And then go here, find your people that are going to build your stuff. That's exactly where it's going to start. So then that's your portfolio. Now for your homepage, really, really, really simple. Go back over to your logo stuff right here, delete this one off, and now figure out what you want your logo to look like. It's completely up to you. If you have money to invest in this, here's what I suggest doing. Web. Let's put this here. You can make your logo as extravagant as you want, right? You can use this spider web right here and then call yourself WebNet or something. It doesn't matter. Stop worrying so much about a logo, about this, about that. What you need to worry about is getting connected with other people. So like even some sort of logo like this. Think about every logo that exists in the world. They're all pretty basic. You can even use a Wi-Fi symbol as your logo and like flip it upside down or something. So when it comes to building a logo, I'm not here to consult you on that. Don't overthink it, right? You can have a logo right here. You can go over to this. Let's see. We can go in here. We can duplicate this logo, and then we can have a Wi-Fi logo just kind of doubled up over here, and just call this our logo, right? You can do whatever you want, right? This isn't nobody's going to care about this stuff at the end of the day. The likelihood that someone's going to be like, oh, well, what's your logo? Like that could be your logo right there. And then you could have words and verbiage. Like seriously, look, watch. So do this, and then call yourself web, and then duplicate this, webnet. Doesn't matter. No one is going to like look at your logo and say, oh, that's an ugly logo. I don't want to work with that company. That is not how business works in real life. Okay. In like the fake kid world, they're gonna be like, oh, like look at that. That guy doesn't have enough results about income on his website. We don't want to work with him. You got to realize people don't know how to build their websites. They know how to run their business. And you're going to understand how to do these things. Assuming you go to the website, watch the lead generation process, read the books, understand sales. This is just a business model that I used a very long time ago, and it still works because, well, I literally just message people and they've messaged back. So inbox, boom, message these people. The one was from earlier today. They're sleeping. Just what time is it in Pakistan? Spell it wrong. Look, it's 6:55 a.m. So they're going to be waking up here soon. And then boom, you're going to start getting your replies. It's 6:58 p.m. here for me. So I'm going to start getting my replies tonight. And then I'm going to start going through those examples. I'm not doing these, but this is for you. This is just something for you. So now, boom, look at that. I got myself a logo. I'm just making a random logo. Call myself WebNet over here. And then I'm going to download this transparent. So boom, that's going to download transparent. I'm going to go over here to my actual website that we're building. It's as simple as this. And if you have capital, go to one of these people that build websites and just have them build this stuff for you. Say, hey, I'm building a go on Fiverr. Look at this. Watch. Go on Fiverr and type in website company website. I think this works right here. I've never tried to search this. So let's see. I will develop a responsive WordPress website, logistics website. This so social media website. Just type that in. That's going to bring you in a relevant market right here. I will create the social media page profile. I'll create this, set up social media accounts. Find somebody that's going to build you a social media website, right? Master website, social media content writer. I couldn't tell you here because I've never used this stuff, but you're going to be able to find somebody that's going to build your own website for you if you have capital. I'm just trying to tell you, hey, if you have no money, here's how you can start. All right, and this is where you would do whether or not you have capital to invest. It's you would still go through this process. Like you would want to set this stuff. You would want to then reach out to somebody on Fiverr, and you'd want to have them set it. But boom, look, set your stuff up here. I'm not gonna go over design with you on this stuff. This is where you learn to fail forward. And with anything in life, if you're not failing forward, you're not learning anything. So your primary goal is getting yourself your own logo. If you have capital, go here and type LOGO. Promise you the work that some of these people do is going to be amazing. And if they do shit work, you can see $52.94 right here because I was looking for a logo for somebody and worked with two of them and it was just absolutely trash garbage. So I got my money back. You're always going to get your money back through Fiverr. Just realize that Fiverr is ultimately in control. And if you have an issue, Fiverr will refund your money. Like if you are extremely unhappy, Fiverr will refund you. It doesn't even matter if you download the logo that they give you, it'll have a Fiverr watermark, but trust me, Fiverr will give you your money back, so don't be scared. Now you got your logo, and then you're going to go into add, then you're going to go into a button, then you're going to find out what button makes you happy. Which one of these buttons do you want your shit to look like? Pick one of them. And then the whole goal here is to have our work. So what you're going to have is a website logo, a CTA on your landing page, which is this button right here, but then a CTA is in what you're going to say. So text, right? And then it says, we build whatever. This is the stuff where you got to learn to fail forward. And then if you look at the lead generation process, this is how you learn to fail forward. So we build websites. And then open this up right here. Slide this across. Boom. Once you see that drop down, bam. I know this looks ugly, and this is why you got to work on this yourself. I'm only trying to go into this as deep as possible. Like, this is the shit that you can't bullshit your way through right here. All right, so now that we have the basic look, this is your basic look right here. This is your basic button that's going to be going over into your portfolio. Your portfolio is going to be a giant list of every single one of the examples that people authorize you to use. And at the end of the day, you don't even have to have the authorization to use them. But if you're doing this correctly, you want to go to this person, you want to talk to him, you want to message him on his profile, and then contact me, say the same things to him, ask him, and make sure it's very clear to him. I want to put some of these examples on my website, right? Boom. Examples. So, examples on my website. Is that okay? With a question mark. So, you're going to do this with 50, 60 people a day until you find the ones that don't have crappy websites that end up on an error, because that's not good. That's just not good business. And now, one of the things that you want to be very clear on is this. So now one of the more complicated parts is that you're going to have to find out like what website content management system they're on. So first of all, if you need to know like if this business like all right, so how do I pitch them? How do I know what website content management system they're using? You just go to whatcms.org and you can see that this person has their website built on WordPress. You can also tell that their website on WordPress is down here, proudly powered by WordPress. So that's how you can tell the content management system. So when it comes time for Fiverr, you just have to find a person on WordPress that can build that website. And you let people know we work with Wix, we work with WordPress, we work with Squarespace. There's a ton of people. Like this guy will create a custom website right here and he's steepling you with his hands if you haven't noticed that. So whatcontentmanagementsystem.org is where you're going to tell the content management system of the website, which means, is it Squarespace? Is it Fiverr? Is it Wix? Is it Shopify? There's an endless amount of them. And now sometimes website registration is going to be different than if they're on Wix, WordPress, Squarespace. Those are the content management systems. Now that doesn't mean that they bought their domain through any of those. So your next step is going over to here and then going on the top bar to the who is and then finding out the domain registration, which means where did they register it on the web. So over here you can see registrar. This is Two Cows Inc. This is your domain URL right here. And then you're also going to see that this is ran through boopity boop. Here, one sec. So right here you're going to see reseller. You're looking for your reseller. So this one right here is through DNS Simple. So down the road, if they're like, oh well, I don't know who has my website. All you got to do is run it through here and then run it through here, and you're going to be able to find out what their content management system is on, which in this case WordPress, and then where their registration came from, which is DNS Simple right here. So now, if you ever want to switch hosting, you're going to have to go into your DNS Simple. If you're just rebuilding the website, now you know what website that they're on. So unfortunately, this is the person that we're not going to be working with due to the quality of their websites, but is it okay if I send these to potential clients? I need them to think I build them, but I want you to build them. Sure. I'm telling you right now, no one gives a shit. This guy said, yes, I'd be glad to help. I'm away from my computer tonight, but I'll reply back with more details as soon as possible. Right? So just message until you get the correct answer that you're looking for, which is yes, you can use my results. Yes, you can send them to your potential clients. Yes, it's okay if you put them as portfolio examples. Once you get those 3 questions, bam, build out your portfolio filled with websites that you're going to have your outsourced network complete for you. So now let me recap for you. All you've got to be aware of is finding out the correct examples of websites, right? Not finding discrepancies like we found on the girl that was, right here. I found out that she has too many discrepancies. So at the end of the day, it's a waste of your time to approach them and say, hey, well, when I click on this one right here and it loads itself, oh, look at me, random. It goes to a broken fucking website. So we're not going to use her based on the fact that that happened. And now that's just her not crossing her T's and dotting her I's. That's bad business right there. So what we do is click those 3 buttons right there, delete, see you, bye, because not useful for us. And then just star the people that you're, this person's star right here, that guy's a star right there, and keep the people starred that you're waiting for replies back to with. There's going to be a whole bunch of other things that you can do on here. Just learn your way around Fiverr. Trust me, you're going to want to learn your way around Fiverr, but I'm not trying to overwhelm you with a 17-hour long video that shows you everything on this and that and this and that. It's just, I personally don't have the time. So that's why I'm showing you the initial introduction. Like, hey, get really good at building a simple website out here. Put a portfolio button, build out the portfolio with all of the examples that people are going to give you here. If you need to know what website they're on, it's super simple. Go to your whatcontentmanagementsystem.org, paste their website content management system in there, and you can see what they're operating off of. If they didn't get their domain through the WordPress, then you're going to send yourself over to, whois.com. You're going to go to your whois.com. You're going to paste your domain in there, and you're going to see, okay, they're on DNS Simple. You're going to be able to find all of the essential things you need to be able to serve the person that you're trying to sell to. And now let me give you just the brief overview of the lead generation process, which if you go to the website and then you go here and you click /online, this is going to be a simplified version of these 3-hour step-by-step lead generation right here. This is like 2 hours and 45 minutes. Sorry. So Google Maps, right? Big thing to pay attention to here is just, all right, do you have the ability to locally introduce yourself to people? If you do, then do that. If you don't, then don't do that. So I'm going to scroll into New York. We're going to click on this place, which is probably it figures, a very fancy place. So their website shouldn't be shit, but you're going to understand the lead generation process here just out of curiosity. I want to click that. And now remember, it is a numbers game, okay? The number of random people you message on Fiverr to get website examples mean the number of website examples you can provide. The number of random people that you wander across and pitch your service to here are going to be the number of random people that are going to reply. And remember, pizza place, all we go over here is type pizza website, smack the enter button. Look at all these people that build pizza websites. So you want to niche the fuck down and build pizza websites? Your sales are going to go up because people are going to be looking for something that someone builds in pizza. And if they have a crappy website and they're a pizza company, then they're probably like this one right here. You see how that one loaded out? You can see this top bar up here. I highly doubt this is one of those three. It could be Squarespace with code on it, and it is not. It is an Adobe build. So I would avoid those because at the end of the day, they've got reservations, they've got event inquiries, they got online direct. Your Fiverr team is not going to be able to fulfill these services here. So if you connect with web developers down the road, just realize that their prices are going to be absolutely insane some of the time. Like, met a guy that wanted to do antique bottles. We put a $16,000 website build invoice, and he says, wow, that's way too much money. Okay, you're telling me how you want to beat everybody in the space and you want to be bigger than this and that. Well, why? Well, this is what it cost. It's $16,000 to build a website. Like, sometimes it costs $180,000 to buy a physical building to start a business, plus like thousands and thousands of dollars for equipment and then hiring. Like, this is a website. Like, people, like, the value proposition's off. So boom, this is a pizza. This the pizza place? No, that's not the pizza place. Okay, so now the boathouse. All right, look at their website. It's just one little tiny page, and it's a drone shot. There's no Facebook pixel, no TikTok pixel. That's aside the point. But now this is something that's potentially on a platform that we can do. Watch, WordPress, Squarespace. Okay, so it's coded. All right, maybe not. But this is a very basic website. Like, this isn't, they're missing their favicon on here. You're going to be able to notice that stuff. You're going to see that in the lead generation platform. But this is where it's a little interesting because, okay, so this is how the website should have loaded. Like, it should have loaded like this. It should not have loaded like this. This is too bland. I don't really know what's going on. It should have loaded with this on the side because it's a transparent side over there. It looks nice. These being in the center, you don't really need these at the end of the day. So you're going to get an eye for the websites as you slowly go through this process. But yeah, so this is a pretty nice website right here. So you can still approach them if you want. Doesn't matter. But you're going to want to find websites that look like this, where they have like their menu on here. This doesn't look very neat. They're missing their stuff over here in the corner. Pizza turns into pizza that turns into this stuff right here. They have double locations. And then it says reservations, please call our reservations. So this is a very, very short put together website. It's not secure either. So that's another thing you're going to want to pay attention to over there. And then what we're going to do is we're going to find out. We're just going to search until we find one that's on WordPress right here. So now this is within our scope of work. So this is a website that we can work with. Now, what do you do? Okay. So you're going to put this information in front of a business owner. You're going to be putting this in front of them. Usually, if you can call, call. If you can't call, then don't do this business model. Because if you're not able to have a conversation with the person on the phone and suck ass at it, then you're never going to get better at it. You're never going to get better at it. And sales phone calls is one of the most important things to be able to do in sales, or you just really shouldn't do it. Like, tell me a salesman that is bad at talking on the phone. There's probably some of them, but not very many of them. So good ones at least. Now, just simple things like the contact us with the pen back here, just these weird things. Now, what you're going to want to know is something called Google Page Speed Test. This right here is going to give you your page speed test. So you're going to analyze it off of here. Now, this has no relevancy at all to pretty much anything, but this is an extra service because we're going to type the Google Page Speed Test right here. So if they don't want to have a website rebuilt, you can let them know, hey, I ran an analysis on your website. You guys are scoring in the probably red based on once this finishes. And oh, actually, this is really, really, really good. They're scoring in the green on not. They're a couple points away from green, but usually people are in red. These are in orange, which is really good actually. So eat my own words for this. But they can actually have more speed if they had properly sized images, which is shrinking the images. So just type in image shrink for mobile. This is where you're going to be able to solve that. Just shrink your images off of here. What did I click there? Image shrink for mobile. No, shrink images for mobile. And this is compressing the files. So like compress image for mobile. This is where you're going to find all this stuff. So resizing images saves 50% of the bandwidth, right? Compressing images saves 40% of the bandwidth. Uploading in the correct bandwidth file, 30% of the bandwidth. So realize that they don't have the correct stuff, right? Properly sized right here, the actual correct formats, right? Often better compression than JPEG or this. So image formats like WebP or AFIV, they're not as good as JPEG or this. So you'd let them know this stuff at the end of the day. And this is the process. Get your leads, build your website, get your results. Okay. Go look around randomly and randomness. Just scroll into random of random. Scroll in. Hey, look, here's a place right here called James, New American Restaurant. Click on their thing. Go away from that one. Click on this random one. Go to that one. Click out. Go get off that one. Go to this one. This one has Facebook, so these people don't even have a website. So now we can go to that. We can go and pitch them a website. There you go. Look, they don't have a website. They can afford a cheap website build, but how are they going to buy it unless you call them and try to sell it? So that's the key point, right? This one's missing a call to action. There's no CTA available on this website. It's just really, this is weird that this loads out like this. Like that, that's funky. But I guess I have to click this. That's confusing. This should auto scale right here. And I'm confused. Is this a coffee shop? Are you super dork? Are you an e-commerce store? I don't know what this is. It's Omlisted New York. I don't even know what your brand is. And then Omlist bets the farm on winning over the neighbors. Omlist in the neighborhood restaurant. So I guess it's a restaurant. So do you see how the brand identity is a crisis right here? I don't even know what the hell you guys do. I have to land here, food and drink. Okay, great. So I can click here. What is this? All right, so food and drink. They don't even have, this website isn't even finished. So you go here, you paste it here, you detect it. It's coded by somebody. I don't know. But that's a website that is confusing the hell out of me. Right? Food and drink. What is any of this? Images, pictures, text, something. I click on lunch, nothing. Beverages. So you guys, do you guys not even have lunch? Like, see this? This is stuff that you have to learn to look at. And then when you see that people need help, you could say, hey, call the person. Hi, how are you doing? My name's blank. I'm calling from blank. And I was wondering if today was a bad day to talk about your website. Right? And they're going to probably say, like, if it's a manager or somebody, oh, yeah, our website. Well, what's up? And I'll be like, well, I was just kind of going around your website. I saw that you had a couple menu items, that your lunch menu wasn't there. Your dinners, you guys didn't have photos for your dinners. And I'm not going to sit here and overwhelm you with just random facts. I'm just looking for a chance to introduce myself and company to you. And I just wanted to forward over some information to you about your website. Is it possible that I could send this to somebody? Yes or no? And then repeat that process hundreds of times over by picking up the phone and calling them. And then there you go. Through simple time and energy, you created a space, which is a website building brand. That is literally all you do. Look at this one. That looks fine. There's the online stuff here. There's no photos. That's not a big deal. You could even, once again, if you go here, copy this, people will build over top of existing websites by uploading imagery. So this one's on Squarespace. Hey, I noticed you guys have your menu set up over here with like online ordering, but there's no ability for people to see the food. This is $85 per person, and you don't even show me a photo of what the fuck I'm buying. I am not going to. I would not buy from this. If I was visiting New York and I had to order food, first of all, I can't even read these names. Gigondis Dami Guguri Di. What the? I don't even know what this is. Okay, those are wines. I suck at that. I don't even know wine for whole myself. But what is wild mushroom tarny? Red watercress, pickled ramps, nettle salt. What? Like what? Like, I love eating at fancy places because they're just amazing. The taste profile is like, it's like a chicken nugget versus a not chicken nugget. It's the best way to explain it. So when you're going into this, just be very aware that it's a straight up numbers game. It's a straight up numbers game. Look, we found a person here that doesn't have a website. So now, boom, hey, I build websites. I'm just looking for a chance to introduce myself and company, forward just to blah, 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 blah. This is a Squarespace website because the square box is right there. Look at this. Look how beautiful this space is. But look how absolute shit this is. Like pandemic update, great. People aren't going on your website to look for your pandemic update. People are probably traveling around fucking New York and then they randomly land on your business. And if I could see these beautiful photos of this place, guess what's going to happen? The girlfriend's going to be like, "Yo, babe, this stuff looks good." And the boyfriend's going to be like, "Okay, let's go." Cuz we don't care 90% of the time. Like I could care less if it is a well, obviously, I don't eat food trucks or any of that stuff because, whatever, very, very strict. But I couldn't care if it's a fucking food truck with a flat tire. You sell good food? I'm going to eat there. I'm not worried about my environment. So, this stuff, be very aware of it. And now, in the video down below this one, okay, the reason I'm showing you restaurants is because business model number 2 for free is, I'd say, an easier one, but also a more fun one. Because watch, look, you're in the video with me. I'm going to random places. Here's a business that does not have the following. Their bio is shit. They're following too many people. Where's their logo? Is this their logo or is that their logo? Brand identity crisis. They don't have any highlight covers, which we turn into menus. And let's see what they're using with their hashtags. Oh, a bunch of nothing. And also ignoring their damn customers. So I'll see you in the next video down below, which is going to be an Instagram QR code generator for taking offline leads online home with all of these businesses that just apparently expect people to arrive in their business and say, "Hey, oh, they're going to follow us on Instagram because we have Instagram and they know about our Instagram, so they're going to follow us on Instagram." No. Unless you give a person a reason to do something, they do nothing. So I'll see you in the video down below, which is a more exciting business model for me because it is one that I still actively use. And there is a entire Instagram program that is free that teaches you it. So like seriously, real entrepreneurs should be teaching you how to make money for free before they ask you for money. And if you didn't go take advantage of learning to do everything for free and you bought into my program, then awesome. We'll accelerate the process. But I will see you in the next business model.